That's the start of it. Welcome, listeners, to Pennsylvania's top-rated German Pride podcast. I'm Kodack.
The other Kodack.
Yeah, Billy.
And we are the hosts of the Full Send Rejects. Today, after we kick things off with our pre-topic banter that feature a true TED Talk, Rose will take us down into Aries season, Billy will take us camping, and I will discuss real-life hatred. Let's start things off right here.
Ooh.
Who put Kodack Party Countdown and misspelled my name?
Not me.
Computer.
Oh, so you misspelled the other Kodak, misspelled Kodak.
No,
Go
I
fucking figure.
I spelled it
Babe,
right.
we're not there yet. Let's start with what's on the agenda.
The computer spelled it wrong. See, look, it redid it again.
I don't have that issue. Okay, well, anyway. So, starting off, we did this before our last episode, but we finished Ted. Billy, didn't you watch Ted? The show?
I did watch that. Yes.
We finally finished it. Top notch.
It was so
Very good.
freaking.
I respect the comedy in it.
Yeah, like I wasn't expecting much, but it over-delivered. The bar was low.
Yeah, the bar was really low because usually shows do not deliver like that. But they killed it.
It was really good.
Seth MacFarlane. Ooh, we get to watch Twisted Metal. But Seth MacFarlane might be one of the best comedy writers there is right now.
I mean, there were certain parts where we were just dying.
Nobody loves salad. Most relatable moment on TV for me.
So there were some cringe-worthy things on the show, and then there were things that just made it so funny. But his mom is just, her whole entire role is just so cringy. The way she talks and acts, and
I mean, they're trying to depict like what some life was like back then. So I get it.
Yeah, I see what they were doing.
Yeah. Although my favorite part that she did during the entire episode was the sex ed talk, and his dad's like, and this worked fine for me. Your mother has great sex. She's like, we'll have the talk.
I have to rewatch that again.
It was fantastic.
I mean, she was just trying to be the wholesome little mother who just, that was her life. She didn't care. Give up on her hopes and dreams.
Oh, a time to be alive.
Yeah. I think everyone did their roles just perfectly. I think they did it well.
The dad was fun. Matt's role was fun.
I mean, the episode where they tricked a guy into believing he had a dad was, it got to me.
That episode was so good.
It was, oh my God.
That one episode where she's like, well, I'm going to have a friend come over. And it was just
it's like this 30-year-old guy.
This guy in his 40s taking a bath.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the person that was supposed to come over.
Oh, yeah, your mom told me to come over. Who the fuck was the other guy? Oh, yeah, that was a real good show.
Yeah, it was. I can't wait for season 2.
Are they making a season 2?
There was talk of it somewhere, so
I hope so. Seth MacFarlane don't miss.
It left it open to where there could be a season 2.
There could be. Like a senior year or something like that. Yeah, a senior year they should do that.
Yeah. Like where he finally gets.
I did see one clip, that one scene where he's like, I don't care if I ever like a screen on my phone, I can always look at porn whenever I want to, I'm never doing it again. And they show, like, they just transfer the clip to, I think it was Ted 2, when like he's like single again, and Ted walks in. Oh my God, all the porn. Rim job, reverse rim job. Well, sometimes I see it's time to go the other way. I have a problem. Let's just delete it. No, that shit's recoverable.
Doing a thing.
No, the internet's doing its thing. Oh, you got wires. Well,
go yell at me. I'm on my hotspot.
You're on the hotspot?
Yeah, sure am.
We should make fucking complaints to whoever runs your hotspot.
T-Mobile.
Fucking T-Mobile, 0 stars.
Yo, they just fucked me on my bill. I'm so pissed at T-Mobile right now.
Ooh, fuck T-Mobile. While we give them 0 stars, there were some new stars this past weekend. College basketball is over. South Carolina won the women's basketball shooty hoops. They lost 3 games past 2 years, or 3 years or something.
Look at
so
women's
Caitlin
sport.
Clark didn't win?
Oh no, Caitlin, she did not win. They were in. It was South Carolina versus Caitlin Clark. Basically, South Carolina won, but no, Caitlin Clark. She changed women's basketball. She actually has an
Good grief.
offer. Was it Ice Cube from the Big Three Basketball League? $5 million to go play there,
That's awesome.
which is more than every payroll in the WNBA. And all she have,
Yikes.
yeah, and it's just 10 Saturdays out of the year to go do it. And I think he said if she wants to go to the WNBA, he will work with her to where they can work this because the schedule they play during the WNBA season, but they can work with it if need be.
Oh, damn, Cube.
Yeah, but apparently, I guess her last two games was the most watched women's college basketball games ever. For the first time, I don't know, like or first time ever, I think the women's championship match had more viewers than the men's match.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, what's kind of shitty is there's some women in the sport giving her shit too, saying she
Of
won't make it
course
in the
there are.
WNBA. Yeah, this is why the WNBA sucks because they're putting each other down.
This is probably one of the biggest reasons why I enjoy men's sports more than women's sports.
What are you doing?
That women should support other women, but instead, most of the time, it's petty and it's jealous and it's just drama.
Well, there are a lot that are giving her, helping her out and showing their support. But I seen some of the highlights of her, and whoo, girl knows how to play ball.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a beast.
They did it. She's the woman LeBron. She's better than LeBron's son.
Hands down.
But then, oh yeah, hands down. And then the men's Uconn first back-to-back champion since Florida did it about 15 so years ago.
Cool.
It's insane.
Basketball stuff.
Hey, we talk about sports. I figure it'd be rude to not talk about the women's basketball. I don't want to be sexist, Billy.
No, that was like the highlight.
Billy,
I know something about women's basketball.
Billy, if Caitlin Clark can't make it in the WNBA, do you think she'd become a doctor?
God damn it.
And I know you have an issue with the women becoming doctors.
I laughed so hard when he told me that.
For the listeners, I was at a doctor's appointment Wednesday. So far, good health. Waiting on x-rays. And I tell Billy about the doctor, and Billy's like, oh, he's did something. I'm like, Billy, first of all, it's a woman, so check your sexist tones, okay? And he's like, well, I was on me. I'm like, she is a foreigner too. You want to pick on that as well, or got some sexism over here?
Hey, I did know
But
about
always,
the women's basketball.
I will say he claims he knows women's basketball, so he can't be sexist. Like, I have
No.
a black friend. You're racist.
I'm friends with a woman.
I know. I married a female. I can't be sexist. Oh, good times, good times. Wait. So if you could just keep that sexism away from my party, because we don't do that here. We're a very open house.
Yes. I know by time we do next week's episode, your party is going to be done and over with.
Away.
Well,
We
have next week's episode, and that's my party.
I understand that, but it won't air until Monday.
Well, you didn't say that. You said when we do the episode.
When we do the episode, and it aired, so all of our listeners can't listen to it.
Technically, won't our next episode be the bonus episode, which will be out beforehand?
If you're not hungover.
This weekend?
This weekend.
Yeah, we record a bonus episode during the weekend.
Yeah, but why not talk about it now?
I know I'm not one to enjoy being talked about, but by all means, go ahead and talk about this.
You're so full of it.
Such an Aries.
I can't wait. I have all this preparation and shit to do, and I'm so excited for it. I honestly can't wait to see how everything turns out and how everybody shows up. Because those who are familiar,
any of that.
Billy's internet's cutting out.
Oh no.
Billy, can you hear us now? Oh, his thing is, look at that. He has poor connection detected. Billy!
Why?
Billy!
Internet went funky.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now, but I don't know for how long.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Good. Okay, we're good. Okay. Talk about birthday party.
Yeah. How I can't wait how how people are going to show up and dress up.
Oh, I bought my costume yesterday.
It's like Halloween.
I can't wait.
Did you get the bottle of Jim?
Rose is gonna help me out with that.
Oh, damn it. I didn't tell him.
She fucking goes before. She goes, I have to buy 2 bottles. Crowners for Billy, and then a bottle of something else for someone else. I'm like, well, what do you like? I was just being dumb. I didn't catch on. It's for a costume. She's like, don't worry about it. Well, what are you buying? Jim,
My
Apple.
bad.
Like someone's coming as a priest. Me. I'm like, it's Billy. I'm like, oh, so that's for Billy too. No. I'm like, okay, so it's either JT, and her action's like, why the fuck would it be JT? And I'm like, okay, it's for Billy, because she's asked, she's like, why? I'm like, well, if you're buying a bottle of Jim, someone's obviously coming from that party, and there's 3 people are coming here that was there. That's Billy, JT, and Rory.
Yeah, but we've told how many people, and you've shown how many people.
Yeah, but
idiot priest Kodack chugging a
And
5th of Jim.
yeah, but if
I've
someone's gonna
literally
come,
told you to your face that I'm dressing as the priest.
that's also true. But also, if people are gonna dress with me, they're gonna have like some connection with. Okay, Billy's connected with that. He front and center.
So people are either going to show
Really?
up drunk, because most people who have a connection with you know that you are mostly drunk.
Yeah, if people don't come hammer, I'm gonna be kind of upset.
People are going to end up
Look.
showing and turning into graduation Kodack, where you blacked out in midday.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He's
I
like,
don't
I
know
came
if I'll
through.
be there in the morning, but
Maybe I won't start drinking until noon.
Well, yeah. Whatever you do, drink water in between so you have time to enjoy other people coming here.
See, I haven't let Gatorade and water between my drinks, so maybe it'll just be it's like in me now, subconsciously into me now.
Just don't drink the juice. Don't drink the tropical.
Oh, it was my
Long
graduation party
Island's.
the one where I made everyone take a shot when they came on?
Yes.
Huh.
Speaking of, I got to put a Bermuda sign.
Gotta get the Bermuda sign ready.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait. I got 40 shotties, right? And I don't think it's enough to fit inside his big ass head of a piñata. I might have to buy more shotties.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
And our grand prizes for the top 3
Or all gift cards of varying price or varying value to the liquor store.
Yeah, they're liquor store gift cards.
Figured that'd be very fitting.
just gonna see someone start boxing in the rain of the piñata.
Harsh flat boxing.
And of course, that
Well,
would
so
be
far,
playing.
yeah. So far, we got Parrot Bay, pineapple and coconut,
Yeah.
a fireball
Bankers Club.
for the shotties.
Oh, the shotties. That's right. I'm thinking of the actual drinks.
The 2 Parrot Bays, fireball, Southern Comfort, and Pink Whitney.
Someone's gonna die.
I do
But
enjoy
it's a
pink.
little shoddy. So when someone busts that thing open, people are gonna go running for the shotties. I'm gonna put some candy in there as filler. People need to munch on something.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
You should go to the fucking the weed store and get edibles.
Oh no, no!
They
I've
don't
spent
have
enough.
that kind of edibles.
No.
The Delta 8 store has little candies.
Can you imagine someone getting pissed off? This isn't real weed. It's diet weed.
Yeah, it'd be me.
What the fuck
How
is this?
dare you?
What the fuck is this wish shit? I didn't order my weed off of Temu.
That's when you go order on Amazon. It's my brand.
Oh man.
Yeah, people are gonna die at this party.
Speaking of dying,
OJ in Buffalo, he was known as a juice.
The juice
In a
is
Bronco, he
loose.
was known as a criminal, and now he's known as crooked,
Deceased.
deceased. Yeah,
I laughed so hard because the once amazing athlete Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner, wrote on social media, shared it and just put at the top, "Good riddance." Nothing says I'm a salty bitch
He's the reason Kardashians are famous.
He's a good
Yeah.
he's a good chunk of the reason.
Yeah.
Robert Kardashian is the reason why the Kardashians are famous.
If
He's
he
the-
didn't
then-
allegedly commit double murder, Kardashians wouldn't be where they're at today.
no.
Actually,
And
it's the
then
Bills'
Kim
fault.
K took Ray J's dick.
Maybe this is why the Bills can't win anything.
If I had one wish. Oh, that's what we need. We need someone to. Never mind. Yeah, let's not go there.
I'll
To make
play OJ highlights for my party.
OJ highlights. We just
Yeah.
get a reel going.
It's gonna be there's the TMZ reports.
Yeah.
It's gonna be him robbing that hotel in Las Vegas.
Of his own shit.
Yep.
I'm
It's
gonna
okay. It's mine.
just go online and buy a shit ton of copies of his book saying "If I did kill her," or "If I did it."
I'm gonna get a bunch of his tweets that says, "If I did it, this is how."
Yeah.
And the other tweets, "Yeah, I killed her."
I'm waiting for someone to find like a last will and testament or a confession.
He already confessed. That's what I just said on Twitter. He kept saying that he killed her.
Yeah, but people are saying it's fake news and that
He was very open that he killed her.
he's like, they're not gonna do nothing to me now. I'm a
Yeah, you
dying
can't.
man.
No, this was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's like before I knew you. He kept admitting that he killed her.
He spent some time in jail.
Yeah, for that robbery in Vegas. He was released in like
Of his own
2007.
shit.
Yeah. OJ, you went in there with guns and other people. Yeah, but it was my stuff. You can get a repo team. That's what they're paid for. Nah.
They're gonna clean out his house and find the other glove.
The glove that actually fit.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, if only he cut it.
It was here all along. With a little sign that says, haha, double jeopardy, bitch.
It was in the Las Vegas Museum. That's what he was trying to get.
He was spelling it out for us.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Rip juice.
Speaking of juice,
Oh.
No more juice.
no more juice.
Yeah.
Gross.
P.
You want to talk about it?
I mean, you already put it in here. Vasectomy.
Anthony has a consult coming up.
Can't wait.
The Alina Protection Program.
Wait.
I told him, I said, when he gets it done, I will make up for it in a lot of ways.
Yeah, not for a couple of weeks though.
In other ways, I told him I'll personally ice his balls. And then I will throw him a giant snip party. We'll have a section for nuts and no nuts.
I'm so excited.
I'll have balls, like little meatballs and
Yay.
hot dogs.
$10 to the first person who dresses up as a dick.
You're gonna see me walk around depressed in a onesie.
You still have all your bits.
I
Yeah,
know.
they don't like take anything.
Yeah,
I know.
you'll still have your spitting cobra.
No venom.
Yeah, I'm just defanging you.
Apparently, it still does the squirt though.
It does the squirt.
Gross.
It's just without the toxins.
Can't wait.
I'll buy you an ice cream cone.
Weren't you excited about this a month ago?
He just doesn't like, and after getting a needle in his eye, he's not
Yeah.
excited about any type of procedure.
Yeah, but there's not a needle you have to see this time.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not a fan of having anything done to me. Most of the time, things have been done to me, it went horribly wrong. Wisdom teeth. They have to see that one. What should I do? Break my jaw. Eyes. Oh, wait. This didn't work. We have to do it more times. Oh, hey. Well, your tonsils were taken. Guess what? You're going to wake up somewhere in the hospital in a bed. You're going to be scared shitless. I don't like operations.
All right.
What
fair.
if you had a giant support system? Like, what if we all just went with you?
We took
Can
the
you
string of all 1,000 of your unborn children and just held you up.
Yeah. Just take you to the bar afterwards and get you shit faced.
I'm gonna need to be shit faced.
I don't think you can be shit-faced for the procedure, though. I think they frown upon that.
Yeah, no, I'll be responsible.
It's the after. It's the after. I won't. He's gonna need something.
When he's
Might have to go-
jacked on Vicodin.
You might have to give me extra strength painkillers.
Vicodin.
Now,
I heard that it's not. I'm also not a male, but I know what it's like to give birth to a child, which I'm pretty sure that lasts longer than a vasectomy.
it does.
So just pointing that out.
I know.
However, they say it's not that bad.
I already agreed to it. You don't have to sell it on me anymore. I already agreed to it.
You just sound so pathetic.
I really. Oh my god. Don't like it.
Once it's over, though, he's gonna be like, "Hey, let's go."
Guess what I can't do anymore?
He's gonna go like 1, 2, 3, clean up your mess. I told
Gross.
the amount of laundry we're gonna save. But that is it.
Insert transition into main topic.
Oh, that's a heavy swing.
Speaking of Anthony and all of his pride, next week is your birthday, so I am attacking you this week.
Oh, great.
I'm an Aries.
Just mentioned the man for the attack me.
As we do.
As we do. I've attacked all of our personalities in one way or another here.
I'm all on board.
Okay.
This fireball loves me.
She's like, why the fuck do you wake me up? Oh, she's like, love me, daddy.
Yeah, see? Fireball loves me. Go ahead. Talk about Aries.
Okay. Aries personality traits. Their strengths. They're courageous,
Damn right.
determined,
Damn straight.
confident,
Fuck yeah, we are.
enthusiastic,
Woo!
optimistic,
Life is grand.
honest,
Can't stand this.
and passionate.
Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
It's the greatest thing ever.
I would read to see that. That was proud. Yeah.
Their weaknesses.
You know, come on, get it over with.
Vasectomies? No, I'm kidding. Weaknesses. They're impatient,
Oh, nah.
moody,
This is bullshit.
short-tempered,
Flip a table.
impulsive,
We're gonna go buy things.
and aggressive.
You want to go?
You, as I was typing this up, I said, yep,
What are you talking about?
well, this makes sense. You're a peach.
Yeah.
Aries likes, they are a comfortable clothing. You are a man of comfort
I do like my comfort.
or homelessness.
I like my snuggles.
Taking on leadership roles.
That probably has a lot more to do with just being impatient, not being able to stand.
Probably.
If we're being honest.
They like physical challenges because you're a
Natural fucking athlete.
athlete.
All right, that's the aggressive comes out. Okay, you said it's a weakness. That's my strength, baby.
And individual sport.
I do love, tossing around a good shuttlecock.
Yep.
Who
Dislikes.
doesn't love a shuttlecock?
Fuck, I love shuttling some cock. Birdie.
An Aries dislikes to be inactive.
Yeah, then we have to do something.
They hate delays.
I hate being late to anything.
Work that does not use on one's talent.
Well, get your shit together, okay? You have talent. Sorry, it's not that hard. No, fuck off. Go. Sorry, I want people to be great, okay?
I'm suddenly regretting doing this.
I mean, this is spot on so far, okay?
It is pretty
This might change my
Here, stars.
This might change my don't bring up the stars, okay?
Him. I'm like, I have this whole section. I'm like, I really don't need all of it there. It's for the compatibility. And he's like, why are we not compatible? Like, wow, you don't think we're compatible?
And I said, no, we're compatible. I just don't necessarily always fucking believe the stars are correct about things. Sure as shit, we're compatible according to the stars.
Oh, well, fucking look at that.
Ain't my word for real. I guess I was a little too impatient.
And impulsive and a little moody.
I'm not. Come on, get the fuck going here. Come on.
As the first sign in the zodiac,
Whoa!
Aries marks the beginning of something energetic.
I like that.
They're constantly seeking experiences, speed, and they have a very competitive nature. No fucking shit.
I do enjoy speed.
I do not enjoy your competitive nature.
I don't
What?
know what you're referring to.
Yeah, I like having a good time.
Have you ever
okay?
played a game with him?
Played this several times, so we have a good time.
Yeah, let's play Mortal Kombat, and I'm gonna play you until I beat the shit out of you.
He gave,
He gave up.
he
You
talked
hear?
shit. He also was talking shit about Mortal Kombat. Okay, I'm sorry, Daddy's in the house. I'm sorry, it's
But
Mortal
not
Kombat.
with the
Daddy's.
show.
Don't start, Billy. He said not with the show.
I already brought the show. We compete very well in the show. I enjoy it. It's nice when someone can actually beat me in something. It gives me something to chase.
Hey,
So
I can
I
actually
can.
invite you to a game on the new one.
Oh yeah, we could do that. We should do a franchise.
Boy, they are continuously seeking. Oh, I already said that. They are always striving to be first in everything. Fucking goddamn Ricky Bobbies.
I wouldn't say first in everything. Usually, I let you finish first. Okay. Yeah, that backfired now, doesn't it? Any more nut jokes over there?
Because if you don't, you would always be first.
But I'm courteous. Okay. AKA, I can be patient.
No,
He'll let Cal win.
Patient.
that's that speed. You know, you once you go.
Don't call me Pissy the Pile Driver for nothing.
With its ruling planet Mars, it belongs to the element of fire,
Woo!
along with its other fire
Let's go,
signs,
Zuko.
Leos and Sagittarius.
Oh, we're saggy.
Your other fire element. So Alina is a fire element. That explains her
Good
feisty ass.
luck.
What's their animal? Because Leo's lion, right?
Leo's a lion.
What's Sagittarius? Is that the archer?
That's yeah.
Huh. It's not a fucking. Oh, we get to my animal yet.
And
Spoil.
Aries is one of the most active zodiac signs. It is in their nature to take action, and sometimes before thinking everything through.
Thoughts are for the weak, all right? I'm not a communist.
Mhm.
That's where we got our fucking send it from.
Hold on, I'm getting there. Aries have excellent organization skills. I fucking highly disagree.
Have you seen those Pokemon cards?
Hold on. It is rare to meet an Aries who isn't capable of finishing several tasks at once, unless they have ADHD.
I'm always multitasking.
I am so lucky to, out of all the Aries in the world that are so organized, that I got the one who is incapable of finishing several tasks, but who starts several tasks, just doesn't finish them.
Well, I like to think you being spicy, all right?
You're
Babe, you need to be more patient, okay?
He can start 12 tasks in a week, but he'll finish them from 3 to
Name
6.
12 that I started this week.
I'm not saying in particular this week. I'm saying you can start 12
Okay.
tasks and you'll finish them between 3 to 6 business months.
Name 12 I haven't finished yet.
All of them.
What do you mean?
I built that shelf over there, and not even all the Pokemon cards are in binders.
I finished this beer. That's one task.
That's just a
Bang.
task started
Yes.
without finishing the other ones.
Babe, you gotta bring your energy down, all right?
However, challenges arise when they become impatient, aggressive, and vent their anger towards others for not finishing those tasks.
I wear my heart in my sleeve, so
You just attacking me just now proved the point before I finished the goddamn paragraph.
listen. At least you always know how I feel about something, okay? I don't hide shit, okay? Emotions on the sleeves. Like a goddamn orangutan.
I can't stand you.
That's why we sit while
Oh
we record.
goodness. They are naturally brave, rarely afraid of trial and risk. They possess youthful strength, no shit, and and energy regardless of their age,
There's no use.
allowing them
You're
to
an
quit
athlete.
any given task, achieve their goals. Well, that sounds about right. You are not afraid to do something stupid,
Nope.
and you have youthful strength. You may act like an old man, but you think like a child.
What's youthful strength?
Meaning,
I can open up an algebra book.
no. Meaning when you're young, the term young and dumb,
Young, dumb, and full of cum.
that
Not anymore.
that right there.
I didn't know that was youthful strength.
Meaning that you could just stop. You think one way, but your body says another.
Yeah, I'm in fucking pain right now.
The flying ram is the symbol for Aries.
Wait, this bitch flies? Holy fuck! I thought it
I
was
have a
just
goat
Dodge.
in the sea. I don't get it either.
I thought it was just a truck that we had, but it's a flying ram.
And Aries is ready to be the hero of the day. They carry many powerless people on their back, most who don't appreciate it.
Got a team
Hey,
back though.
Kodack.
Got you.
I normally don't do this for my zodiac attacks, but since I'm married to an Aries, I figured why not throw in the horoscope for the month in here?
Yay!
Focus is about to shift as fast as in the month of April, allowing you fresh insight and new perspective that you've been hoping for.
You know why? Go talk to an Aries. We don't give a fuck about your feelings. We'll tell you what's gonna happen.
There is something uncertain, unclear, and undefined in your reality that you would wish to push through into the light. The situation that you are in is probably just an intro to what is yet to come. Keep yourself in line with your truth. I'm going to tell you what this means.
It means stay with your truth.
Let's diagnose it a little bit.
Can you get a finger to numb? Go with the whole
Things
fist.
are shifting fast in this month. You went to the doctor. You found out a lot of things about yourself and your health. New, fresh insights. You're gonna get a vasectomy. You're gonna schedule it, and it's gonna anything that's unclear for you is going to come to light.
You know why things are clear? Because I'm missing part of my eye. All right.
However,
You're telling me like tomorrow I'm gonna see again. Holy shit! Go stars.
your health issues you have now are just an intro of what's to come.
No,
Welcome to 29, because 30 is gonna be a bitch.
can't wait.
Oh boy.
Look at my wheelchair now.
He's bitching about his health now. Just
Oh, you poor babe.
Aries, love, sex, and compatibility.
Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
Aries is a fire sign which we know, and that needs to take the initiative when it comes to romance, like sending people thirst traps and getting left on red for 5 months.
Damn right.
They tend to express their feelings to a person that they are in love with without giving it much thought. The compatibility of an Aries with other signs of the zodiac can be very complex. When in love, an Aries may shower an affection, sometimes excessively, while forgetting to check the information
Consent is a suggestion, okay?
that they receive in return. Aries are very passionate, energetic, and they love adventures. I can't stand you. As soon as I saw him pick up his phone, I was like, some bullshit's coming. I didn't think it was gonna be this. I can't.
Because I'm full of compassion.
I literally thought it was gonna be Rocky.
It was almost Cotton Eye Joe. Close your eyes. Your wish.
We did
It's
not.
true because you're married to me.
We did not own the copyrights to this song.
Hey, if we're on Spotify, it's allowed. Those are the rules they tell me.
However, this can cause a problem in their romantic relationships, as they may not have enough patience and focus on their partner, preferring to rely on passion and approach. They need adrenaline and excitement to every day, and their relationships can only be strong and long lasting if their primal needs are met.
I how to do a soundboard.
Oh boy. Now, who is capable of satisfying the needs of the very hungry and passionate Aries?
People with daddy issues.
Bingo. Like the most compatible with the fire sign here is Sagittarius. Leo, the other fire signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libras.
We're not compatible with Aquarius.
Stay
We're
away from my wife.
Stay away from my wife. Don't hit up Liz.
Ah, damn it.
He's gonna be like, "What up, Mama?"
What up, Libra?
That's not a Libra. She's an Aquarius.
Well, I just said, no, we don't get along with Aquarius. They're a lie. Fucking air
You
bears.
sure are compatible.
Fucking air bears.
Aries and Sagittarius compatibility. These two are genuinely enjoy each other's company, opting to spend nights talking about higher life pursuits. Aries loves the Sagittarius intellect side, and Sagittarius appreciates an Aries signature boldness. United, they are great friends who share endless laughs, and the party will never end when they are together. It's good to know that you and Alina will have a good bonding relationship and you guys won't butt heads.
She's my best friend.
That's gonna you guys are gonna appreciate each other, especially when she hits those teenage years.
Well, and that's why I have a surprise work vacation for 4 years.
Aries and Leo compatibility. This dynamic duo can make anything happen. The Leo challenges the Aries to open up their minds and give them insight on matters to expand their consciousness. These two can sometimes get competitive, but they act more as friends than they do enemies.
Well, they're just mad because the lions can't fly like the ram.
Aries and Aquarius compatibility. These two zodiac signs can be great friends because you love Lizzie. Aquarius runs cold, and an Aries as well, spicy.
That doesn't explain this quite well, actually.
They'll have to embrace some of each other's temperaments in order to make things last.
I can outdrink everybody.
Aries and Gemini compatibility. While these two definitely share laughs and gossip, they'll generally avoid drama by not getting in too deep with each other. These two zodiac signs have a blast together and also very competitive in nature.
6 inches deep into you. You know what I'm saying? Sizzle, sizzle. But in the sizzle.
That's why you lose in Rummy. That
Not always.
competitive nature.
Not always. I've been doing better lately.
80-20.
I say like 70-30. 1. There's a split in percentage there. I give the upper to me.
Okay. We're doing under over.
Well, percentage splits, you know.
Okay. And finally, Aries and Libra compatibility. Opposites can attract when an Aries and a Libra unite. As long as the Ram isn't too bossy and confrontational, and is sometimes the Libra can't handle the witty dialogue that may attack the Aries. Now, this completely describes your relationship with Cole.
Well, fuck around and find out.
Now, I've also put something in here because when I was reading up about Aries and how they treat their loved ones and their friends, things stuck out. So I just wanted to throw a little tidbit in here on friends and family.
There's some tidbits in here.
Aries with their friends. The social life of an Aries is represented in always moving motion. It's warm, it's filled with new encounters. They are respectful of different personalities and they're open to unique perspectives that others can offer. Meaning that you're not like Billy and a sexist.
Yeah, I ain't sexist like Billy. I believe women can be doctors. Billy, when you're at the office, all right, when you're at a medical facility, and a woman comes in, are you like, "Hello, nurse," or do you wait for her to introduce herself?
My other doctor is a woman, you dick.
Oh, good. Oh, look at you. I can't wait for her to hear this. Where's your office located?
Shh. Okay, you're kind of like doing the opposite of what I'm trying to say here. How you're always open-minded with different unique perspectives. Okay. Their circle of friends need a wide range of diverse individuals. They seek different views and on personal matters, and they don't know how they like to see things if they can't resolve it. They like to dive deep, which I've seen you do multiple times, where people on an issue that you have no idea how to solve, but you try to make yourself acquainted with that situation. Maybe if you do this or maybe if you do that, but you're not a fucking specialist, but you always try to help somebody,
I'm just trying to
even though
traumatize people so I have more people to drink with.
however, they often end up ending many of these relationships due to dishonesty or unclear intentions.
I don't like snakes.
I
Sorry, I like the reptile snakes. I like people snakes.
okay. Long-term friendships in their lives will come with those who are just as energetic and brave and willing to share their thoughts and feelings at any time. But however, if you feel like someone is being untrue or just a waste of time, you will end a relationship, no matter how strong, long, or supportive.
Thanks, buddy.
Listen, I accept you in your sexist ways, okay? Just I'm glad you're honest with me about them.
Aries and family. Aries, why are you laughing?
Snark, snark, snark.
Snark, snark, snark. Families with Aries are often known where they want to go at a young age. Aries are very strong-willed, like I said, they know what they want. So at a young age, they start separating themselves from their families,
Why, when I was a young warthog.
which you pretty much flew out of the house and went straight into the military. So that is very true.
All I wanted when I was a boy was a father.
They will take on family obligations when necessary, and they will never refuse to help. Aries is always on their family's side, upholding traditions and ensuring their longevity. There's things that you have maybe not have done since you were a kid, or little things that you remember doing as a child that you hold on to, and that to this day we still do because you want to hold a tradition. So I don't see it as a falsehood. I feel like at a young age you did know what you wanted. You also knew you wanted to get the fuck out.
All I wanted was love. What is love? Daddy, don't hurt. Mama, don't hurt me. No more.
Now to my favorite part of these segments. The Aries and famous serial killers that share the same sign as one Anthony Kodack. Jane Toppin. Don't know who she is? Well, I'm about to tell you. She was born March 31st, 1854. So she's an old bitch. Her serial killer nickname was Jolly Jane. Jane Toppin's mother died when she was young, and her father was soon sent to an asylum for trying to sew his own eyelid shut.
Damn.
While
That's a
she was in
jump.
nursing yeah. While she was in nursing school, Toppin was devoted and a driven student. However, her supervisors were concerned about her obsession with autopsies. Her killings began in homes where she worked as a nurse for the sick, administering patients with lethal doses of morphine. She was finally caught in 1901, and by 1902, she had confessed to 31 murders.
She really stiffed them.
Are we talking like assisted suicide or
She's
just
just a deranged nurse who just some she was also known Jolly Jane and the giggling nurse because she would give them such high doses of morphine that they went to like that loopy stage where they weren't making any sense. And it wouldn't be
uh,
right away. Yeah, it wouldn't be right away. It would just be like, oh, morphine. Oh, double morphine. Oh, morphine, morphine, morphine. Just enough to one time they woke up. Like it wasn't just like, oh wow, ever since she started working here, everybody's dying.
if it was a Kevorkian thing, I mean that's a different.
Yeah. Next on the list is Keith Hunter Jesperson, born April 6th, 1955. He was known as the Happy Face Killer.
Happy, happy, happy.
Happy, 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 happy. Keith grew up in British Columbia. He was neglected by his father and picked on by his peers, meaning he lived a life all by himself at a young age. He took out his pent-up rage on innocent animals and other boys, and he was also known to start a little bit of fire, as an Aries would.
Damn right.
In 1990, his killings began. He isolated himself, and he lived on the road, so it made it easier for him to have the perfect scenario for a killer.
On the road. Yeah.
He lured home Tundra Bennett from a bar one night. After being an abrupted argument, Keith impulsively strangled her. He sent in his own confession to the police with a hand-drawn smiley face. After 7 more confirmed murders, he was arrested in 1995, which happens to be the year that this Aries over here was born.
A-Town.
He continues to serve his life sentence to this day in the Oregon State Penitentiary.
Well, that guy ducks.
Yeah.
Go Ducks!
Now, I also put something in here to tie us into the other topics for tonight.
Yeah.
Joseph Paul Franklin, born April 13th in 1950. He was known as the racist killer.
Wait a minute. Holy shit.
Hmm.
Billy, did you listen to this episode yet?
One episode.
Okay, so I was about to tell you before I forgot that this one podcast I listened to, Time Suck, they just did an episode on this guy who was like going around different states, popping minorities, blowing up synagogues, whatnot. It's this fucking guy right here.
Oh, okay, cool,
Oh.
cool.
Yeah, I started it actually, but I didn't finish it.
Okay, so I wrote a nice description on him. Joseph Paul Franklin was born James Clayton Vaughn Jr., but changed his name out of admiration for Benjamin Franklin and Nazi Joseph Goebbels. He was obsessed with white supremacy since a teenager. He became more and more confrontational towards minorities, and his desire grew stronger and stronger to kill. He was firm on his beliefs, using his extremist mindset to justify his crimes. His killing spree span from 1977 to 1980. He targeted people of color and members of the Jewish faith. He's bombing synagogues, shooting civil rights leader Veron Jordan. He killed upwards of 20 people, injured 6 more, and was arrested in Florida in October of 1980 after being spotted at a blood bank. The next 2 decades, he was convicted of multiple murders and attacks. Franklin was eventually executed in November of 2013 by lethal injection, putting an end to his racist brutality.
That was insane.
Yeah. I was like, okay, let me do something that ties into your guys' little shit show here tonight. And I did. Now, last but not least, I wanted to do some research on somebody who shared the same birthday as our dear co-host Kodack.
Yay.
Vincent Darrell Groves, born April 19th, 1954. He did die already. He died October 31st, 1996. That is relevant. He was known to be an American serial killer who murdered at least 7 girls and women in Denver, Colorado between 1978 and 1988. His guilt was conclusive and proven in 4 murders with the help of DNA profiling in 2012, 16 years after his death. As a result of his total victim counts, it still remains unknown. According to the Denver Police Department, based on the circumstantial evidence and the numbers of testimonies, Groves could have been responsible for at least 20 murders or more. Now, the fact that this man died before DNA profiling was able to say, hey, this is the fucker who did it.
What a fucker.
You imagine just killing. That's why crime was such a crazy time in the 70s, man. They didn't have the technology we do
Just
now.
go away with things.
I mean, there's video cameras, there's technology, there's cell phone towers. It's hard to get
I can
get
go
away
with
with shit
murder. You
now.
have to like go to some like extreme locations like Mexico or Detroit.
Or Sharp Mountain.
Yeah. Shout out to Sharp Mountain.
But yeah, it's really fucked up. I kind of want to do some more digging into this because I want to see why he died and how many times he was brought in for questioning. I
I might
mean,
do an episode on that Nazi guy.
oh yeah, he was fucking nuts. This guy had zero fucks. He was a racist and he had no discrimination on being discriminative.
Yeah, a lot of the shooting victims were just people who dated black people.
Yeah, that much I did
One of
hear.
the, one of the shooting victims was Larry Flint, who used to make nudie mags,
Oh.
and he ran like nightclubs and whatnot. Actually, one of the clubs I went to out of Louisiana was one of his clubs. Larry Flint's Hustler Club. Was it a club? I don't know. It was a club. But since he released a magazine that featured a black guy with a white woman, he was like, I can't stand for this, so he shot him.
Oof.
Damn.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, but that's in the episode.
All right. Who's next up?
We're going
Yeah.
camping. Pack your bag. The train. Here we go. Billy, take it away, conductor.
Before I get into this, I just want to say I wrote this during WrestleMania week, so it's just basically an abridged research paper. There's a lot more on Dachau, and we might have a guest who has been to Dachau, so we'll get more information, hopefully.
So are you saying you didn't actually concentrate on the concentration camp?
I
People
did
died
not. People did die there.
Wow. Have some fucking respect.
I mean, he didn't answer the question.
Oh, Jewish. Never mind, it's funny now.
No, I was a little distracted with people getting hit with light tubes.
His name's John Goebbels.
Gerbil?
Gerbils. Gerbils to
I
Goebbels.
will always refer to that dude as Gerbils. The liberation of Dachau concentration camp stands as a major chapter in human history, marking both the end of unspeakable suffering and the beginning of a long process of healing and reconciliation. Established in March 1933, Dachau was one of the earliest Nazi concentration camps and served as a prototype for the vast networks of such camps that would follow. Its liberation on April 29, 1945, by American forces remains a stark reminder of the atrocities committed during the Holocaust and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. The fucking mouthful. To understand the significance of the liberation of Dachau, it is essential to understand the broader historical context of the Holocaust. Adolf Hitler's rise to power in Germany in the 1930s ushered in a period of intense persecution and discrimination against the Jews, as well as other marginalized groups such as Roma, homosexuals, and political dissidents. I almost said, why didn't you put Hitler in there for famous people and realize he's not an Aries?
Missed by a day.
The establishment...
comment. Sorry.
No, I literally was sitting here and looked it up. I'm like, son of a bitch. Hitler loses again.
Ha
The
He does have a
establishment of...
cord.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was
Well
trying
said.
to remember how 420 started, but it wasn't because of that.
California.
Yeah, the kids would smoke at 420. Sorry, Hitler, you lose again. The establishment of concentration camps like Dachau served as tools of repression where the Nazi regime incarcerated and systematically murdered millions of innocent people. Dachau, which is located just outside of Munich in southern Germany, was initially intended to hold political prisoners, including communists, social democrats, and other opponents of the Nazi regime. So, every other country that wasn't Germany. However, over time, it evolved into a vast complex where prisoners from various backgrounds were subjected to forced labor, starvation, torture, and medical experimentation. Kodack, I'm not sure if your guy visited, but I assume he did.
Oh yeah, yeah. I go into some of his torture and medical experiments.
Oh, good.
I have a little list.
The camp's infrastructure included barracks, guard towers, crematorium, and gas chambers, symbolizing the mechanized cruelty of the Nazi regime. Life inside Dachau was characterized by unimaginable brutality and suffering. The prisoners endured overcrowding, malnutrition, disease, and constant fear of arbitrary violence from the guards. The infamous slogan, Arbeit macht frei, work sets you free, greeted newcomers at the camp entrance, offering a false promise of eventual release. In reality, few prisoners ever left Dachau alive, with thousands perishing from exhaustion, starvation, or outright murder. They had like a little ground just outside the camp where they would just take prisoners and shoot them.
Deep Christ, past craves.
Yeah, there were those too. The daily routine for inmates consisted of backbreaking labor, meager rations, and relentless abuse from the SS guards. Those deemed unfit for work were often subjected to medical experiments or summarily executed. The camp's medical facilities, under the direction of SS Doctor Ernst Robert Brauwitz, were used to conduct heinous experiments on prisoners, including sterilization and the testing of new drugs and surgical techniques. It's not Mengele, but by early 1945, as Allied forces advanced into Germany, the Nazi regime sought to conceal evidence of its crimes by evacuating prisoners from concentration camps and destroying incriminating documentation. Dachau was no exception, and in the chaotic final days of the war, thousands of inmates were subjected to death marches away from the camp, with many perishing along the way. However, as American troops closed in on Dachau, the SS guards abandoned the camp, leaving behind a skeleton crew to oversee the remaining prisoners. On April 29, 1945, units of the 45th Infantry Division, part of the U.S. 7th Army, I think they were like Rainbow Division or something, entered Dachau and were confronted with scenes of horror and despair. Emaciated bodies lay strewn across the grounds, and survivors greeted their liberators with a mixture of relief and disbelief. Sorry, I need to clear my throat there. The liberation of Dachau marked the beginning of a long and arduous process of reckoning with the crimes of the Holocaust. In the immediate aftermath, American soldiers worked tirelessly to provide medical care, food, and shelter to the surviving prisoners, many of whom were in critical condition, and a lot were frankly dead. The sheer scale of human suffering at Dachau and other concentration camps shocked the world and galvanized efforts to hold the perpetrators accountable for their actions. In the years following the war, Dachau served as a symbol of Nazi brutality and the resilience of the human spirit. Survivors of the camp, known as Dachauers, formed support networks and advocacy groups to ensure that the memory of the Holocaust would never be forgotten. The site itself was preserved as a memorial and museum, serving as a somber reminder of the atrocities committed there and the importance of vigilance against hatred and intolerance. And there's people who deny the Holocaust.
Fucking assholes.
The liberation of Dachau was a monumental moment in the history of the Holocaust, marking the end of one of the darkest chapters in human history. It also served as a beacon of hope amidst the horror as survivors emerged from the depths of despair to rebuild their lives and bear witness to the atrocities they had endured. The legacy of Dachau lives on as a reminder of the consequences of unchecked prejudice and the enduring power of the human spirit to overcome even the greatest of evils. Let us never forget the atrocities that occurred at Dachau, and for the love of fuck, may we never relive it.
Which is outstanding because there's still concentration camps to this day.
Yep.
I mean, look at North Korea. Look at what Russia's doing with Ukraine. I'm sure there's other areas where it's happening. I mean, ethnic cleansing is all over Africa. I
Look at
mean,
the child
it's
labor force in China.
yeah. The fact that they had put fucking nets to catch people who were trying to jump out of windows, it's just insane. And like your comment, people are don't believe that this happened. There's so much evidence that it happened. Every generation, more people believe it's a conspiracy theory. Anyone who believes a conspiracy theory, I just wish they were sent to one of these North Korean camps or one of these Russian camps and just see what it's like.
What's crazy is like I've met Holocaust survivors, and like obviously I am aware it's a real thing, but like there's people that are just like, no, didn't happen.
Yeah, like I
You're
saw a
making it
comment
up.
a few weeks ago. It's like there was no German documents about. It's like, A, if I'm committing horrible crimes, I'm probably gonna get rid of documentation. B, there
Well,
actually is fucking German papers about the Holocaust. Germany acknowledges it.
well, yeah, like I even said in my thing, like they were trying to destroy all evidence, which fucking
Yeah.
how?
I mean, you look at like Saddam Hussein, he had stuff like this. This continues to happen. But that's the world we live in.
Hooray!
Not gonna lie, when you said something about that they're going after the Social Democrats, I'm like, maybe this is why some people on the right side are like the fucking Nazis so much.
Huh? Oh yeah, there were a couple digs I threw in on purpose.
No, I sincerely hope if anyone flies a Nazi flag that they be sent to a camp somewhere so they can just see what it's like.
Or just fuck right off.
Well, that too, but if you're gonna like, I know I make jokes, but I also recognize that there are some terrible things that occurred.
Absolutely. Auschwitz, the memorial for that, a lot of people are saying that they I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok, I've showed you some videos that people visit and they have, like,
The
things that
claw marks.
claw marks, the shoes, the clothes, and
Ooh,
you can just
I'll be talking about Auschwitz here in a second.
you can s it's
One
free. Sorry, go ahead.
one thing I was told about the Holocaust Museum, Liz actually, was like there's so many like beat up shoes and shit like that.
They have pictures of everybody on the wall. They look like prison uniforms, and they just have all these, like, sad faces, and people just look sick, and they look hurt, and it's so sad, and a lot of people that they post a lot of videos on it. It's free to go there. The only place that actually charges any type of admission is the museum, and a lot of the proceeds of the education museums or the money collected towards that goes to the foundations to keep it clean and other conservation workers that are still going through it. So that's something to where if we ever leave the country and go
I'll
somewhere,
definitely have to go visit it.
that'd be something. It's they say they prepare yourself because how sad it is, and that you could feel not only see the tragedy, but you could feel the
The
heartbreak.
spirit, the energy, it's
Yeah,
just.
you say it's just terrible.
There is one in Houston.
There's also one in DC, part of the Smithsonian.
That's one thing we didn't get a
Yeah,
chance to
next
do.
I always tell myself next time I come to DC, I want to go to it. We've gone 2 times to DC. Next time we got to go to it.
Yeah, it's Cole's been talking about wanting to go there and see things, but I want him to to really enjoy the education and the history of things, and it's
Well, all
sometimes
the
he has
museums are just top
top
notch.
notch. But the cruel truth of the world that kids are they learn about in school, but
It's different to
it's
see.
very shaded. It's not it's very black and white. There's no they don't
Wait,
tell.
wait till he finds out we did some of these things.
Oh,
I mean, that's the history, which is funny because people are like, "Don't change our history," yeah, but they don't want to fucking talk about the terrible things we've done.
Yeah.
It's not us, bitching or whatnot. It is what it is, but we have to acknowledge it before we can move forward and try and make like what we did to the natives was just fucking horrible.
yeah, we're not always gonna be the hero in every story.
No, I mean, even look in World War II, we didn't have concentration camps, but we took every fucking Japanese person in America and threw them into an internment camp.
Yeah, which is basically the same fucking thing.
Here comes the sun. Do, do, do.
Son. But one last fun fact I want to share before I get into mine.
Before it gets worse.
As we were, oh, it's gonna get worse. As we were liberating Nazi like concentration camps, because at one point that we heard rumors, but we weren't sure. Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was like the supreme commander of Allied forces, I think I got the title correct. He wanted as much documentation, photographs, everything that they could get about every camp they came across, just so there's evidence, because he had a feeling people were going to deny it one day.
Smart man, smart man.
Yeah. He also, I guess, one more fun fact, put in the highway system in America because he saw Germany's highway system was like, God damn, that's efficient. The
Those
Autobahn. He saw
Germans
the,
are assholes.
but they know roads.
They know the interstate.
No, he saw the Autobahn. I was like, holy fuck, this is a good idea. So when he came president in the 60s, he's like, hey, we should fucking do this. And that led to a huge economic boom throughout America.
They did something right.
Okay,
Every
so
few years.
so today, as we just alluded to, I will be discussing the Angel of Death, Dr. Mengele. He was born to a Catholic household in Günzburg, Bavaria on March 16th, 1911. He was the eldest of three sons to Warburga and Karl Mengele. His father founded and owned his own company that produced farm and machinery called the Karl Mengele and Sons Company. Young Joseph excelled at school and showed particular interest in music, art, and skiing. Very common amongst people born in the German Empire, Austria, that area of the world. After graduating high school in 1930, he studied philosophy in Munich, home of the HQ for the Nazi Party. So very easy for him to come under their influence, especially at this time when they're rising power, as you mentioned, when Hitler was rising power in the 1930s. He then attended the University of Bonn in the medical department where he took his medical preliminary exam. In 1931, Mengele joined Der Stahlhelm, which I am going to put my German lessons into effect here, so if I fuck it up, apologies in advance. Der Stahlhelm was a paramilitary organization that eventually absorbed into the Nazi Sturmbataillon, the SA. You know, we all know the SS, but the SA is also a thing. Der Stahlhelm, which also meant the steel helmet, was originally a World War I Veterans Association for German vets, which had over 1.5 million members. They eventually just integrated into the SA after the Nazis seized power in Germany.
Before you continue, I have to ask you a question. When I was laying in bed last night with my migraine, were you working on your write-up?
Not for this one, no.
Okay,
Why?
just asking.
You saw I was working on a future one, the Changelings.
That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was going to Europe in there too.
I wasn't sure if you worked any more on it after you came up.
Why?
Just asking.
Okay. Well, at one point I was putting the German words in here for some things. I put like what they actually mean in case I just give up. Because at one point I did give up and I just put the English words.
Okay, because this looks like you got frustrated with it. And last night when you were typing away, you were like type.
Oh no, I was working on something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Mengele earned his PhD in anthropology from the University of Munich in 1935. In January 1937, he joined the Institute for Hereditary Biology and Racial Hygiene in Frankfurt, where he worked for German geneticist Ottmar Freier von Verschuh, who had a particular interest in researching twins. A lot of what he used for his early life and educational path, along with more stuff we'll be talking about soon, actually comes from one book, Helena Kubik's book, The Crimes of Josef Mengele, and also another book I found online, The Anatomy of the Auschwitz Death Camp. Didn't just use Wikipedia for this one. Yeah, I need some wine for this. Or as the Germans call Wein.
No more?
Don't be calling me out like that.
Actually, I do like to go to Wikipedia, but like go down the reference sections and just go through those links. They're
It's
actually
a
very
smarter option.
As von Verschuur's assistant, Mengele took an interest on genetic factors that resulted in cleft lip palates, aka the cleft chin. His thesis earned him a cum laude doctorate in medicine. Are you thinking of the Crimson Chin from the other night?
I'm just so sorry. I know this is such a bad topic.
Inside joke.
The Crimson Chin.
I forget what started it, but I'm like, you have no idea what I was into. I was a kid, okay? When puberty happened, it was all about chins, baby. When I saw the Crimson Chin come on the Fairy Odd Parents, boom, I knew I was a man.
And then you just said,
It was one of my Aries moments.
oh no.
So anyway, he earned his cum laude doctorate in medicine from the University of Frankfurt in 1938. Fun fact, all of his degrees were revoked in the 60s by each university he attended because, Nazi. However, he was praised for his reliability and his ability to verbally present complex material in a clear, easy to understand manner.
So
Skill-
wait,
Hmm.
colleges could just be like, no, we're taking that back.
It's like you know how like some famous people who put a lot of work into a certain field might get an honorary degree.
Yeah, but his weren't honorary.
Yeah, but they were like, we're gonna take them away from us. Like, if there's a reason to take away this kind of stuff, like degrees, being a Nazi war criminal might be might be a good reason.
I mean, I'm not saying, they shouldn't have done it, but they expelled the dude after he had finished.
Yep. Yeah, that's how they do in Germany, all right? I mean, you also got to think about if your country commits some horrible crimes, when you get your shit together, you might be like, let's just make everyone look worse. Like, let's just distance ourselves from that as much as we can.
Fair, fair.
We'll find out more why soon. American author, do you have something to say? Okay, sorry. American author and psychologist Robert J. Lifton noted that Mengele's work would probably have been well received outside of Nazi Germany because this was basically how the world worked back then because, everyone was fucking racist. You gotta think about we're fighting the Nazis because they were doing this. Meanwhile, it was illegal for our black troops to even eat with our white troops. Like,
Brownsburg's Board of Education wasn't until 54.
yeah, and even then it was met with fucking violence. Lifton himself focused on the psychological effect of war on people. If you ever heard of the popular theory that Nazi medical professionals partook in the Holocaust, not because they were evil, but because it was rationalized for them as necessary, this was actually the guy who led that study.
Yeah.
Where it was like, to make it more common term, the sheeple effect, term I'm just going to put for it, where it's like you're just following what leaders are saying because you're not thinking for yourself, but it's just you're being told so you're going to do it. Not thinking
Oh,
of
we're
it.
firing lots of shots in this one, aren't we?
Not intentionally, but yes, absolutely. But that's like I did the research on it, and actually read more research. And if you have time, like listeners, or if you want to listen, or like look it up, he has a lot of good like theories and research. It was outstanding. On July 28th, 1939, Mengele married Irene Schonbein, who he met in Leipzig during residency work. They would end up having one son, Rolf, in 1944.
Did he come on her?
He came somewhere to get that.
Ad boy.
Come on, Irene.
Well, he got his cum laude, you know what I mean? that wasn't revoked.
There's no snipping there.
Back to 1937, and Mengele officially joined the Nazi Party in the SS in 38. Now, I'm sure most of us are familiar with the SS, but for more of who they were, they started out. Yeah, it's not good for the Pirates. I know. Okay, let's just don't stop getting shocked by the TV. Okay, they lost. I know 5-1. What did you do?
5-0.
They scored one.
No,
Babe,
it was 0.
you're watching a highlight. The final score was 5-1. Trust me, I was distracted before.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Let's get our shit together, here, please. So, I really hope it was not 5-0. Unlike this baseball score that Rose is looking up right now, we are all familiar with the SS. But as some more backstory, they started out as a security force for the Nazi Party. However, they became a state sponsor of terrorism across Nazi Germany, including the concentration camps. It was 5-1. Thank you. I know when I suck, but I know how we suck. All right.
I know when we suck and when we suck.
Yeah. Thank you.
Best team in baseball.
Yeah, the SS. If you watch many like Nazi movies, the SS are featured. Fury, one of my favorite World War II movies. The SS is very heavily involved near the end. They were like a specialized force. They struck fear wherever they went. Mengele received basic training from the Gebersjäger, the light infantry mountain troop, and was called the Wehrmacht in 1940 after the war broke out. My German is probably horrible with that. He volunteered himself. Thank you. He volunteered himself to the medical service to the Waffen SS, the combat arm of the SS, with the rank of SS Untersturmführer. I'm more confident in that one, which translates to second lieutenant in a reserve unit until November when he was transferred to the SS Rasse und Seinlug-Schauptampf, the SS Race and Settlement Main Office in Poznan, where he tested people for Germanization. Now, this, despite its name, it really was to see who was German, but who actually had Aryan qualities. Because remember, Hitler himself wasn't German, he was Austrian. So, where The big question was, were these people strong with leadership qualities? If not, at this point in time, they were just expelled from their lands to make room for Aryan worthy people. Soon they'll just be sent to concentration camps. If you were actually improved for Germanization and you refused, you would be executed on the spot. So the enemy, the non-worthy, could not gave a leader amount of ranks.
Hmm.
In June 1941, he was sent to Ukraine, where he was awarded the Iron Cross second class. In January, he joined the 5th SS Panzer Division Viking. This division was named for that because it was mostly composed of foreign volunteers from Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Estonia, Finland, Iceland, the Netherlands, and Belgium. The goal was to show what could happen when German military equipment is used by a group of pan-European parties to kind of entice more people to believe that the German way, the Nazi way, was the supreme way.
That's a lot of good beer in one area.
Oh my god, so much war and brutality, but goddamn, can they make a fucking lager?
Just all those parties combined.
Oh yeah, they definitely had something going good for them. In 1942, Mengele was wounded in a battle near Rostov-on-Don, a port city in the Soviet Union that served as a strategic purpose for its railroad and river access to the Caucasus that was rich in oil. Very important to have, because for war, because tanks and planes and whatnot. During the Nazi occupation here, 30,000 Jews would be massacred. Well, I should have said before. Probably this gets worse. Trigger warning. I will be talking about some brutal things and eventually. Mengele unfortunately recovered and was transferred to the HQ of the SS Race and Settlement main office in Berlin. He was now back to working with von Verschuer, who now directed the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute of Anthropology, Human Hereditary, and Eugenics. Josef was promoted to SS Hauptsturmführer, aka captain, in April 1943. Now, who's ready for a camping trip? Again, because a year before Joseph's promotion, Auschwitz II, aka Birkenau, was converted to a labor camp and extermination camp with prisoners arriving by rail from all over Europe. By July 1942, SS doctors began to select which prisoners, mostly Jews, were fit to work while sending the unfit to gas chambers to be murdered en masse. About 3/4 of incoming prisoners were sentenced to death, including most children, women with small children, pregnant women, the elderly, and those deemed by doctors to not be healthy. In early 43, Mengele was transferred to Auschwitz, where he was appointed by SS Standards Edvard Wirtz, chief medical officer of the camp, to act as the chief physician of the Romani family camp. Part of his duties included weekly visits to the hospital barracks and ordered any prisoner who did not recover after 2 weeks to be sent to the gas chamber. He really didn't do much medical work. He just supervised inmate doctors who were forced into the role. So they just found Jewish doctors, put him in the role to oversee these horrible things, and he would make sure they're doing their job perfectly.
I assume they were men.
We can safely assume they're men. This time period, yes, we can assume they were men. Your
Texas
sexism checks
Billy.
out. Now, his favorite task was actually selections, as I just mentioned before. He would try to opt into this role even if he wasn't selected. He was actually just looking for victims to experiment on, particularly twins. He would often be heard whistling and smiling as he chose his victims, like he fucking really enjoyed this. Like he just took great pride in this. Yeah, not a good guy. As far as Nazis go, he's probably one of the worst of the worst.
Oof.
He even supervised the use of Zyklon B, which was the cyanide gas used for the chambers. He oversaw crematoriums 4 and 5. In 1943, a gangrene bacterial infection of the mouth and face spread throughout the Romani camp. He launched a study to try to find the source and why it spread in order to develop a treatment for his German counterparts. He enlisted the assistance of Jewish pediatrician/prisoner for help. Not really given but choice. Patients were separated and isolated in different barracks, and afflicted children were precisely killed to keep the head and organs in a pristine state for study. And he would send some of these remains to the SS medical facility in Graz. Due to the remaining Romani being executed in 1944 due to these outbreaks, the study was inconclusive.
So, question.
Hmm.
His fucked up nature is reminding me of somebody in particular. Is this the doctor, the Nazi doctor, that is portrayed on the Asylum American Horror Story.
Yeah, inspiration comes from Dr. Mengele, yeah.
Okay.
Remember when I was saying, like, holy shit, this is a guy I know about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
So just for anybody who wants to make reference.
That's actually a very good point, yeah. Glad you brought that up. Yeah, what was the second season, right? I think?
Yeah, Asylum.
American Horror Story Asylum.
Yeah, I think it's Asylum second season.
There's
Well,
he was a Nazi doctor. They did say he was a Nazi.
Yeah, he was a Nazi doctor.
That was an experiment. That was based off of Josef Mengele, aka the Angel of Death.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I'm sitting here like, let me not sound like an ass, but let me ask just instead of assuming. Okay.
Yeah.
Proceed.
So there was also a typhus epidemic that began in the women's camp. As a result, Mengele cleared one block of 600 Jewish women to be sent to the gas chamber. He had the building completely cleaned with the neighboring block, bathed, deloused, and new clothing was given to them before moving them to this new block. This process continued until all the barracks were disinfected. Same procedures were used with later epidemics, such as a scarlet fever outbreak. For this fucking massacre, Mengele was awarded the War Merit Cross and was promoted to first physician of the Birkenau subcamp.
Imagine what you do with COVID.
Jesus Christ. Everything some people in the Republican Party would want.
Fuck.
I honestly wish that was a joke.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Now, Mengele used his new power as an opportunity to continue his studies and research on hereditary, using inmates for experiments. Like a previous episode I did on Unit 731. If you're interested in this subject, go back and listen to that episode. It's very dark. I believe that was when It Gets Worse was coined for us, was it?
I think so.
I think that was my first time I talked about something you both were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was one of the
It was
stories.
rough. So listeners, discretion advised, but if you're interested in this, go back and listen to that. You can just go look up Unit 731 in our playlist, and you'll be able to find it.
And grab a drink.
Do something. You will definitely take a break for your own mental health. Like I was saying, like that, there was no consideration for victims' health, safety, or suffering. Mengele was particularly interested in twins, people with two different eye colors, dwarfs, and people with other physical abnormalities. Now, he heavily favored twins as he could use one sibling as a control group while conducting research on the other. There was also a keen interest within the Nazi Party to discover a possibility to increase the rate at which twins could be born, just so there could be more Aryan people in the population. The German Research Foundation provided grants to Mengele to conduct his research at the request of von Verscher, who Mengele often sent his reports and specimens to. He used his grant money to build a pathology lab attached to Crematorium 2 at Auschwitz. Hungarian and Jewish prisoners were forced to prepare specimens for Mengele, as well as autopsies for the lab due to his background as a physician. I guess I forgot to put his name. I think I put his name in there later, so I apologize. But there was one particular prisoner who was a Hungarian Jew, was forced to take his own countrymen and dissect them and prepare them for Mengele.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, that'll fuck you up. Mengele's research subjects were better fed and housed than other prisoners. They had their own barracks, and their quantity and quality of food was better. When visiting children of the barracks, Joseph referred to himself as Uncle Mengele, which is another level of like fucking psychosis for me.
Oh, now we're getting to the Jerry Sandusky level.
Oh, we're gonna piss off a listener.
So yeah, they can fuck off too. He would offer the kids candy. A doctor at the camp noted how strange it was that Joseph would just be so nice to children, and then like he would go to like learn small details about their life before the camp and during the camp and everything about them, and then within an hour he just sent them to the gas chamber to be killed.
Will you?
Jesus. yeah. That. Yep.
Do you want to play a game of how long you can hold your breath?
Well, we're getting some experiments here.
Oh.
So
You set me up for dark humor. You get what you get.
Yeah.
I'm about to say a full hot dog humor because we're going some dark shit right here.
Sometimes we just open the door for you.
So, for his experiments on twins, Mengele had his test subjects go through a weekly physical exam before performing various procedures. His experiments would include, but would not be limited to, amputating healthy limbs, infected them with diseases such as typhus, blood transfusions from one twin to another, sewing twins back to back in an attempt to form conjoined twins, and also removing them, injecting chemicals into eyes in an attempt to change eye color.
Oh, trigger.
This was part. It was yeah. I had my eye injected before. It was not fun. But this is also, I think the blonde hair, blue eyed. This is an attempt to create that blue eyes.
Oh, my kids are safe.
Yeah. That's actually how I first learned about him. I learned about that experiment. Because I had the same reaction, like, oh, fuck, I had blue eyes. I would have been good.
I could have skipped the needle.
Yeah. However, he would also remove eyes from dead inmates and would pin them on his wall, like trophies.
Oof.
He removed teeth and blood of dwarves and inmates with physical deformities. He forced drugs and x-ray treatments on patients. Remember, x-rays, that's radiation going into you. He would remove organs such as hearts, stomachs, and kidneys without anesthesia. There's even one inmate who had his kidney removed and was forced back to work like right away without any sort of painkillers or anything.
That's insane. Reminds me of Ajax. They're not making superheroes. They're making super slaves.
Yeah, they weren't super. They didn't have superpowers.
No,
they were just.
but
I know
the idea of putting them through
all this torture
just to see what could happen or what would happen. Kind of waiting for them to mutate.
I mean, when you think about that, don't forget Magneto was actually in the Holocaust. That's why he's super big on mutants having their own thing. Yeah, the big plot. It's a big thing in his story.
They're all connecting.
Yep.
And not just the body part.
They even show in the one movie where he has like the fucking the tattoo.
The tattoos.
Yeah. These procedures were also performed on pregnant women. Many of them died during these procedures. Survivors would often be dissected to be compared to post-mortem reports from those who couldn't make it. Mengele was once seen killing 14 twins at the same time via chloroform injections in their hearts. Survivors were just usually sent to gas chambers within weeks, with the skeletons being sent to Berlin for further studies. Now, as the Allies advanced and discovered these camps, more and more camp personnel were transferred elsewhere. On January 17th, 1945, Mengele was transferred to Grosse Rosen concentration camp and Lower Silesia. He took 2 boxes of specimens and records of his experiments. Most of his records were destroyed by the SS by the time the Red Army liberated Auschwitz on January 27th. So now he's basically on the run from here on out. He fled Gross Rosen on the 18th of February, a week before the Soviets arrived. He disguised himself as a Wehrmacht officer and traveled to Zatek in Czechoslovakia. He figured it was better to travel as like a general officer instead of as a fucking person who did these experiments, because you never know what list you were on.
Yeah.
He briefly had a relationship with a nurse before fleeing with his unit further westward to avoid capture by the Soviets, but he was actually captured by the Americans in June 1945, which is probably a good thing for the whole unit because Russians were not nice to the Germans. They did a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
Whereas Germans who were captured by Americans, after the war, they were like, holy shit, like these prison camps were just beautiful. We went back here and we just put them in prison. They had rec time, they had all this stuff, and they're like just amazed by it.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Not just how like nice we were, quote unquote nice. I mean, of course there were some people who were, let's kill them. But also the fact that we had fucking money that we could do this. Mengele was initially registered by his name. However, a clerical error led to him not being identified on the Allied wanted list. Not having the typical SS tattoo also helped him hide that he was SS. Most SS had a specific tattoo to identify them, but he didn't have it. He was released in July and obtained false papers under the name Fritz Udemann. He later changed the name to Fritz Hollemann. Uldahal, I don't know why, just personal preference. He was on the run for several months before having the balls go back to Soviet territory to try to cover his records. During this time, he found himself working as a farmhand near Rosenheim. On the 17th of April 1949, he fled Germany while fully knowing his capture would mean his execution, because, Russians. He used a rat line of former SS members to travel to Genoa, Italy, where he obtained a passport from the Red Cross in the name of Helmut Gregor and sailed to Argentina in July 1949 without his wife, who refused to go because she kind of, didn't want to. They eventually divorced by proxy in Dusseldorf in 1954.
And then he invented Krieger.
What a clone.
2 Archer references in 2 episodes.
Good job. Way to keep it up. He arrived in Buenos Aires and he began work as a carpenter while lodging in a boarding house in Vicente Lopez. I'm going from German to Spanish here, so
Oh boy.
we're all over the fucking world. After a few weeks, he moved in with a Nazi sympathizer in Florida Este. Yes, Florida. The name is involved here. Fucking surprise. He worked as a salesman for his old family farm equipment company, Carl Mengele and Sons. Started in 1951, he made several trips to Paraguay as a regional sales representative. In 1953, he obtained his own apartment in Buenos Aires, bought an interest in the carpentry business, and then rented a house in Olivios in 1954. Argentina released files in 1992 that showed that they believe that Mengele may have practiced medicine without a license, which included performed abortions.
I love how you say that you mentioned Florida and you made a big deal about it, but Buenos Aires, when I do a whole thing on Aries and you mention it at least 3 times,
Holy shit, there's a connection here.
fourth wall break.
It's fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
Another Deadpool reference.
Yeah.
Whoa.
4 square and 7 Nazis ago, Mengele was able to acquire an Argentine foreign residence permit under his real name after he got a copy of his birth certificate from the West German embassy in 1956. How nobody caught on to him when he was his real name was just, like, I don't get it. On a ski trip to Switzerland, he actually saw his family again. However, his son was told that he was Uncle Fritz. Did not tell him who he actually was at this point in time. Upon his arrival back to Argentina in 56, he began to use his real name, and his widowed sister-in-law and her son came to live with him. So he went to go on vacation to see his ex-wife and son, who he was called Uncle, and brought back his ex-wife's sister and her son.
That's gangster.
Yeah. He would marry Martha in 1958 while on holiday in Uruguay, and they would buy a house in Buenos Aires. Things were fire. He would buy a part ownership in a pharmaceutical company. He was actually arrested after a teenage girl died under his care in a suspected abortion. However, he was released. He fled to Paraguay in 1959 and took the name Josef Mengele as he gained citizenship. Martha and Carl lived in a boarding house until they returned to West Germany in 1960. So yeah, 2 years and they were gone. Now you might be thinking, how the fuck is this Nazi able to do all this? Surely someone is tracking this. Well, the Allies knew of his work during the Nuremberg trials, but they believed he was dead, so they just didn't bother looking. Yeah. This belief remained until Nazi hunter Simon Wiesenthal and Hermann Langbig found his public records of his divorce with an address in Buenos Aires. And like, wait a minute. If he died in Germany, how is he divorced in Argentina?
I am the dog, the Nazi dog.
Nazi dog. They convinced the West German government, because remember, after World War II, Germany was split between East and West Germany. He convinced them to begin extradition proceedings with an arrest warrant being issued on June 5th, 1959. However, Mengele already fled the country to Paraguay. In May 1960, director of the Israeli intelligence agency Mossad, Isser Harel, captured Nazi Adolf Eichmann in Buenos Aires during what I assume was a very polite interrogation. Eichmann provided addresses for Nazi safe houses. Harel went on the hunt for Mengele, but all of his leads went nowhere. However, Mengele saw that the West German government put a reward for his capture, along with constant newspaper articles about his Nazi activity. So he again relocated, this time to Brazil, thanks to a former Nazi pilot, Hans Ulrich Rudel. He would stay with a Nazi supporter Wolfgang Gerhard on a farm near the border of Sao Paulo. Mengele soon bought a farm with 2 Hungarian expat refugees, people who fled Hungary after the war, in Nova Europe. This was named because a lot of people from Europe was moving there. They also bought a coffee and cattle farm in Serra Negra in 1962. The couple had no idea who Mengele actually was. They only knew him as a different name, Peter Hotbickler. They eventually learned his name, but did not report him. However, West Germany did get a tip, magically, so they included Brazil in the extradition request. Mossad agent Zvi Haroni came incredibly close to capturing Mengele, following lead after lead like a fucking bloodhound until he arrived in Sao Paulo. However, he got so fucking close, like on the prize, we're almost there. Budget cuts happened.
Oh no.
And at this point, Israel's relationship with Egypt was deteriorating, so the manhunt was called off in 1962 so they can refocus and prepare for a war with Egypt. So, the Jews were like, money. Over the next couple of years, Mengele bounced around different locations, eventually ended up in a bungalow in Sao Paulo that he rented from the Stammers. His son Rolf actually came to visit him in 1977, commenting that his dad was an unrepentant Nazi who denied doing any wrong and that he only followed orders. You think if you had any conscience, you'd be like, okay, I fucked up. Probably shouldn't, probably shouldn't sew those twins together.
Yeah, that's on me. That's on me.
Yeah, my bad, guys.
Just that one.
At this point, his health finally began to decline with a series of strokes, with the final one coming while he was swimming in the coastal resort of Baratoga. He had a stroke and drowned.
Huh. Couldn't
Oh,
happen
yeah.
to a nicer guy.
I know, right? If only there was a fucking surgery for that one, huh? His body was recovered and he was buried in Embu das Artes under the name of Wolfgang Gerhard. However, the world's interest, Israel, America, West Germany, believed he was still alive. In 1985, a mock trial was held in Jerusalem, which featured over 100 testimonies of Mengele's experiments, which renewed interest in his capture. You can go see some of the testimony. It's not fun. Not for lighthearted. It was just them discussing what he did to them, the sick, cruel experiments, all that stuff. A raid in 1985 led to the discovery of a coded address book and letters that detailed Mengele's death. Under interrogation by Brazilian police, the location of his grave was revealed. His remains were exhumed, and extensive forensic exams indicated that this was his body. In 1992, DNA testing confirmed his identity beyond any doubt. His skeleton is currently stored at the Sao Paulo Institute for Forensic Medicine, where, ironically enough, it is used for educational aid for forensic medical sciences.
When the doctor becomes the patient.
Yeah. That concludes my journey into the Angel of Death, Josef Mengele. I know this is longer than some of our episodes, so if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Next week, I'll be diving into the paranormal as I explore the superstition of the Gordon Mountain Ghost.
Ooh.
It's also shorter. Ooh. So yeah, he not a nice guy.
No, absolutely not.
But unless you guys have anything to add here, this will be the end for us here at the Full Send Rejects. Stay tuned to our future episodes and don't forget to caught up on any episodes you may have missed. Last week we talked about the lunar eclipse. Rose here took us through the spirituality of it and also the history of it and the future eclipses. We also talked baseball last week, I believe. Yes, we did for that episode. I would also suggest going back to listen to our conversation with Cooney about Skinwalker Ranch as the new season is broadcasting soon. Also, follow us on our socials and please rate us. I don't want to be going back becoming cringy Kodack.
Smash
But
that
you're ready.
subscribe button.
There he is. Oh, but your ratings, your reviews, your feedback, even if it's bad, what you want us to talk about, it does help us, helps us grow, helps other people listen to this. We do look forward to entertaining your ear holes again. And until then, full fucking send it.
Full fucking
Full send
send it. Your e-holes.